SEO is the backbone of the internet. Short for search engine optimization, it does what it is named. A search engine is essentially a program that looks for an item in a database that corresponds to a keyword. SEO is a process that are things you set depending on what service you give. For instance, setting up good SEO for a website is different than a YouTube video. To make this video simple, I'll be using these two as our SEO examples, but the SEO rules are mostly universal, so this video should be valuable nevertheless. Search engines such as Google or YouTube use bots to crawl. For example, the bots crawl pages online from websites and collect information or metadata, then put the pages in an index. Next, an algorithm analyzes pages in the index, taking into account hundreds of ranking factors to determine the order pages should appear in the search results for a given query. The reason SEO is implemented is to give users relevant and reliable content. This makes the daily use of the internet much easier than having to search for something extremely obscure. This is why keywords are useful. It tells the search engine, for example Google, what your service or product is about in a couple of words, and it will recommend it to other people who are searching for it. SEO is a fundamental part of digital marketing, in other words a website, because people conduct trillions of searches every year, often with a commercial intent to find information about a product or service. Therefore, greater visibility and ranking higher than your competitors can have a material impact on your bottom line. The same principle of SEO work for social media platforms such as YouTube. Telling users exactly what the content is and what you have to offer can get your video seen by more people. If you're a funny person, have that be the strength of your content. If you're a natural storyteller, make that be your strength of your content. If you have the skill that makes you stand out, then show that. Content that is too broad almost never succeed with a new channel, mainly because users can't relate with you or your content. Hooking the users to watch your videos is the hard part though. Have good thumbnails, titles, and quality of content will be the fastest way to get growth. The algorithm works with 6 fundamental foundations, the 6 being content, architecture, HTML, trust, links, and users. When making any social media content such as YouTube videos, the main foundations you should focus with is content, trust, and users. Quality in your content gives the biggest potential to grow. However, it is rare to find with the newer channels. A good place to start is with a script. Knowing a structure to follow that keeps viewers engaged will return with more watch time, which is what the algorithm will be looking for. Having a good script does not mean to pre-plan every single word to say, however, having fluidity in your structure is what you are looking for. There are much other ways to increase quality. If you are a gaming channel, improve your gaming skills. If you are a infographic, improve on motion. If you're a vlogger, then create variety in your video production. Want to know why others are succeeding and why you're lacking behind? Then do some researching. Understand what works and what the user wants. You will have returning viewers, which again the algorithm is looking for. At the start, experimentation is not bad and could lead to sporadic growth, but there are some things that are universal to do with any content. Keywords are also useful to research, see what works and what doesn't. Something that sounds counterintuitive to the last step is to try new stuff. Something fresh every video always surprises the viewer. Things like music, art style, or structure are good ideas. When you are established, you are also expected to upload in a schedule. This can be once a week, a month, or a year, depending what sort of content you do. Shallow content fails. Aim for substance. Depth is valuable for viewers who are looking for information. Perhaps other people are researching for their own needs, and being that person who gives information further than the basics, then that would be valued. When a person speaks with authority, then that shows confidence and reliability. Authority can tie well with content too. Good content shows you are reliable. How you speak and structure your videos can cause a sense of trust. Engaging content is what creates a community. If you want people to feel included, then give people a chance to engage is a good start. Create something like a Discord server when you have a small fan base, or doing something as simple as using the community feature in YouTube. This one sounds easy to do, but in reality can be challenging. Reputation is a big factor of SEO. When someone is searching for something specific, then be the first person to pop into their head. This can be tough, especially when there are already well-known people for a niche, so try to niche into a niche. For instance, Binging with Babish is mixing food with movies, Graham Sefford is mixing finance with reactions, and Joel Harver is mixing skits with animation. Knowing how to make a user feel or think in a certain way will achieve the message you're trying to give through your videos. User experience can be tough, but learning how to do this effectively gives you full control of your viewers' emotions and thought, and that is what makes good storytelling. Some good ways to do this is by music, art style, and the personality you show. History is a big one. Have people return to your videos, and this will tell the algorithm that people like your content. This then encourages it to recommend your videos to more people, which then your thumbnail and title will do the rest. SEO for websites is a bit trickier. Since Google is the biggest search engine, you will need to set up more foundations for the algorithm to pick up for your site. All the foundation mentioned before applies here, but you also need to keep in consideration of four more elements. The biggest attribute to good SEO is mobile responsiveness. If any of your pages are not responsive, then that automatically removes 50% of your traffic from mobile and tablet users. Also, Google's algorithm recognizes that the pages are not responsive by the font size, image size, and media queries. Make sure every website made is responsive for desktop and mobile, or you will be at a big disadvantage. Tablets matter less but can help rank slightly higher. User experience is a big part of web design, so the faster your site loads up, the better. The algorithm also checks page speed, so ignoring this will rank you lower. The best way to improve speed is condense images and videos, then use less font types. One great issue with the websites is security. Having HTTPS activated makes your website much more secure for the users and for you. How HTTPS works is by encrypting any information that is being sent or received. For instance, when you submit data to a form, the information is getting sent to a database, and during that time, the data can be intercepted by anyone. So Google wants a secure experience for the users, then you should activate HTTPS. Finally, to make Google fully understand what your website is about, add metadata. Things like titles for every page and descriptions can help. Remember, search engines use keywords when I use to type something in a search bar to make it relevant.